And comes the third video, and you're hopeful. I really hope that you are watching a video spree. My videos right now. And this is the third one that I posted today. This day. On like 27th, I think. I mean, that's when I filmed it. I'm probably going to post it today unless I, forget and I'm lazy. But anyway, let's get started. Workplace stories. Lifeguard. Alright, so I've been a lifeguard. I started lifeguarding in January, at the end of last school year. So I started lifeguarding, signed up. First day of work, I go in and I work and it's fine. So it's cool. And the first I start by working 2 weeks straight. It was very tiring, but there's nothing wrong with it. So story number 1. Okay, so for any of you who have gotten jobs before, you know that day one can be so stressful. But then day 2, you're like kind of still like, as a lifeguard, you're still trying to learn to blow that whistle. I don't know if I have it, but anyway, so you kind of want to blow your whistle at kids who are doing stuff that's bad. And I found mine. So a kid is running by you. So I'm gonna teach the new lifeguards this. So you're like, you see the kid running, you go, shh, shh, shh. Can that kid hear you? No, he can't. So he ignores it, and then might slip, and then the parent's like, hey, you didn't stop it. No parent has ever gotten mad at me for stopping their kid from running. Like, none. Or not stopping their kid from running. But anyway, eventually you learn to go. Anyway, so that's just one of the things, and my parents are probably going to start coming downstairs because I blew my whistle. But anyway, story number 1. So it was my second day of work, so I'm still just kind of like, I'm still learning the ropes. I'm still just kind of like, meh, like, okay, I poke, alright. So I'm still, like, learning, okay? So, what do I do? I'm fine. I don't know. I don't really remember all the rules. So this guy's like, can I use this like baby floaty thing? And I'm like, sure. The answer is no. You may not use a baby floaty thing that you need to blow up in our pool. You can't do it. I'm not gonna tell you where I work because stalkers. But you can't. But I don't know that, so I'm like, yeah, sure. And then a little while later, I'm in the next rotation. This lady comes to me and she's like, how come they get to use that? The front desk took my baby floaty thingy away from us when we were up there, but they got theirs to come in and they're using it now. I'm like, I can tell them that they can. And she's like, no, I want to use it. I'm like, you can't. I can tell them they're not supposed to. And she's like, well, why was mine confiscated? There's not. I'm like, so. That was my first experience of the disgruntled patron, but my goodness, it wasn't the last. Later that day, this might have been my worst experience of lifeguarding ever. So I'm sitting on my stand, okay? I'm watching. It's a little bit later in the day. I have my sunglasses on. So I'm looking. This lady comes up to me from my right? And she's like, my child, did you see my child drowning? I'm like, what? And she's holding this little kid. And this little kid, she like coughs, she goes, and then like sets her down. And I'm like, sorry, what? And then she tells me how the child was drowning. She had to run across, jump in, grab him, and she's mad. She's mad. And then she's like, and then my glasses broke. And she's really, really angry. So I'm just kind of like, whoa, okay. Tell me exactly what happened. She's like, did you not eat? I'm like, okay, I'm sorry if I might have not seen it. I mean, there was a glare, so it's possible I might not have seen it. But I didn't even hear her jump in because she said that she was going to jump in. And there's another lifeguard right opposite of me, so I thought that he would have seen something, but he's just kind of sitting there not doing anything. So I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. So she's yelling at me. And I'm like, is your child all right? And she's like, yeah, my child's fine. But my glasses were broken. And I'm kind of like, you need to be on your child. Do you think she needs first aid? Do you think that she needs to go to the first aid room? And she's like, no, my child's fine. Child coughs one more time. My glasses were broken. Don't you get how much this is? So then my brother comes, and he's rotating me out, and I'm like, and she's like, I want your manager. I'm gonna get you fired. You cannot apologize for death. I'm like, where was the child drowning? And she like points right to in front of the other lifeguard stand, and I'm kind of like, That's in his zone, not in my... But I don't say that. So I go, I get the head. I don't even get a manager. I guess I'm higher. He goes out there and he talks to this lady, and I'm on stand, but then I have to go in and write a statement. So I write the statement, I write what happened, and I'm thinking that I just goofed up, that I missed this kid, and that I just didn't see any of it. I'm like, it's my second day, I don't want to get fired, this is really bad. So then they go around and they ask the lifeguard across from me, and he's like, I didn't see that. What do you mean? She wasn't, like, she didn't jump in. Then so this is the area that comes out of the lazy river. There's a lifeguard right here. So this is what she said so I'm going to turn it on the side. So lifeguard, this is what she said the child was drowning, and this is me. The lifeguard, bam. But there's another lifeguard here, another lifeguard here, okay? And then another lifeguard right there, and another lifeguard there. All of which could have seen this. Or heard her running. And then there's 2 more lifeguards in the lazy river who could have watched her, outside the lazy river, who could have watched her run and jump in. None of them saw this. They're like, what? No, we didn't see her jump in. We didn't even hear it. They didn't see this kid. We found her glasses, so it's like, what? And our head guy, he's like, she might just be telling a lie, so we have to pay to fix our glasses. And I'm kind of like, she was going to get me fired to fix her glasses. Now, that may not be the case. We might all have just been off that day, because it was like my second day of work. But, I mean, for none of us to have seen it, it's kind of like, you don't know. Like, it seems kind of fake, right? Fake news, right? Anyway, so I was just, that wasn't the greatest day. I was kind of, like, mad. I was not happy. So, continuing on, that day, nothing else happened. So I was just kind of like, meh. I hope that nothing like that happens again. And I was super focused. And then nothing much happened in lifeguarding after that. There was this one kid who threw up in the pool all the time when he kept showing up. Other than that, nothing really. There was some people who I didn't like working with, some people who I really liked working with, who I still work with, and I'm like, yay. Then there's some of the people who I don't like working with left, and I'm like, yes. But so I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, lifeguard, it's normal. What was the most... Let me think of another story. Oh, yes. I worked one rental one time. I can tell you, the best people to ever work a rental for are Middle Eastern people. They are wonderful. They feed us. They make sure that the lifeguards are fed. And I'm just kind of like, oh, you guys are awesome. Like, man, we go there. And I'm sitting on my stand, and they come up with me, and they're like, you want a slice of cake? I can't eat on stand. But I'm like, oh, thanks. So I sit down, and I wait. And they gave me, like, the last slice. I'm like, whoa. And then while we're there, they're like, yeah, come have some food whenever you want it. I was told no less than 3 times to go have some food. And before I left, this lady was like, did you eat? There's still time for you to go back there and eat some food. And I'm like, oh, you guys are so cool. Like, my favorite people to go forever. They were so nice. They were like, oh yeah, we know that you guys are like after where you would be working to work this rental, so you guys can eat however much. Like, I just kind of took a little bit, but they're like, no, take as much as you need, take as much as you want, you deserve it. And I'm just kind of like, you guys are awesome. And it's usually the Middle Eastern people who feed us too. Why? Because of culture. And man, I love their culture. So it's probably like why I like learning about people's different cultures. So I'm just kind of like, man, this is awesome. So I get to eat their stuff. They had Moe's. I was like, oh my goodness, this is wonderful. What did you think? All these stories would be bad? Yeah, if you were talking to you. But anyway, so I was very, very happy. Very happy. I was a happy camper. What other lifeguard stories do I have? There are storms sometimes. There's these spawning couple of kids. They kept stopping in the big slides, which is a huge no-no. So I almost kicked them out, but I wasn't around them enough. Ooh, one thing that I usually get yelled at by parents about is stopping their kids from going down the big slides, because every time, I swear I'm the only one who enforces this rule, if you're below the bars, okay, on the slides, you cannot go down the slide. You're too short. I'm like the only one who, or if you have a life jacket on, you're too short. This one day, I stopped 2 kids, right? both of which were too short, one of which had a life jacket on. Both their parents said that they were allowed to go down the water slides all day. Well, okay, I guess that they were allowed to go down the water slides all day, but I'm just kind of... and then both parents weren't very happy. One, I had to get the head guy to come and tell her, yeah, she's not allowed down the slide. The other lady got... I mean, at first I thought she was mad at me, because she talked about how I was the only one who stopped her child, but then she's like, you're the only one I'm not mad at. You are the only lifeguard who takes your job seriously. Shakes my hand. Thank you so much. Or she's like, I videotaped you, which is illegal. Stopping my child because that is your job. Your fellow lifeguards are not doing their job. They let you down. They let me down. You should not be happy with that. I am not happy with that. Good day. And walked away. And I'm kind of like, And then I was very happy because I still got like talked to because of the same rule. Well, anyway, so it's about almost the 12-minute mark. So I'm going to be wrapping this video up. Maybe I'll have a part 2 if I get 5 likes. I'll do a part 2. So yeah. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, please. I need more viewers. And view my other videos if you haven't watched them. Thank you. Goodbye.